This is Gloucester and we're going to go visit the City Museum. What do you think we're going to see?
I think we'll see Romans in the museum because that has a lot to do with Gloucester.
I think we'll see some skeleton bones.
Come on, let's go have a look.
I'm Sarah, I'm the learning officer here at the museums, and I'm going to take you on a tour around the galleries. So I won't show you every object, otherwise we'll be here till next week. I'll just show you my favourites because they're the best ones. Okay, we'll start over here. So the museum goes around in a chronological order. The first Roman settlers here in Gloucester were people with the army, and they had these face pots. So it's a bit gruesome because if you die as a soldier, chances are you're going to be cremated and you end up in one of these pots. If we look over at this case here, we can see more about the Celtic bucket worship. The main thing in this case is this bronze mirror, and it's called the birdlet mirror because we found it at Birdley. This mirror belonged to the head probably of the Do Bunny tribe at that time. So she died at about the same time the Roman soldiers are starting to come into Gloucester.
I really like this mirror because it's quite pretty and it belonged to the Do Bunny tribe leader. I liked it because the Iron Age cared about their appearance.
Oh, what's this music? It's not crazy. It is crazy.
Hey, I reckon you should wear this on top of that.
What have you found?
The skeleton. Oh wow, it's in the
You have to get buried outside the city walls because the Romans thought it wasn't a good idea having dead bodies near where you were going to have everyone living and the water where you're going to get your water from.
It looks quite strange, but obviously it wouldn't in Roman times because everybody who was a soldier would look like that anyway. Not many people wear that in Morrison's nowadays.
We've moved through from the Romans now and we're in the medieval bit.
With a hammer and chisel, that would have took hours.
Hours, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a seal that you would put on your letters, so like for important documents.
Yeah, you push it into the candle wax. The thing about museums is you can't have everything on display at once. We only put about maybe 10% of our stuff on display. So everything you see today is just a small part. We've got about 250,000 objects.
You must have a really big storage.
Some of them are really tiny,
Oh right.
and some of them are really, really big.
Like from
So this is a curator's office. So the people that look after the collections, responsible for putting on the exhibitions, they work in here. So this is our natural history store. So this is where we keep the dead and stuffed things. We haven't got that much space, so we have to really, really pack them in. A group of people got together and they were sort of natural scientists, which is, they studied animals. And so they preserved, used taxidermy for a lot of specimens. And eventually their collections outgrew their houses. So they clubbed together and bought a premises and they all put their science specimens into that. And that was the very, very start of the museum. So that was back in the Victorian times.
I didn't expect to see so many stuffed birds, and the Victorian collectors brought them all here.
Coming to the museum, how does that compare to just finding things out on Google?
well, Google's not always right, and people like Sarah is. Google will just give you the answer to your question. Sarah will give you added information.
I've learned that Gloucester Museum is a bit like an iceberg. Only 10% is on show and the other 90% is hidden.